Factsverse presents Teens You Won't Believe Exist. Number 1. We start our list with a 14-year-old boy from Arkansas. Without knowing it, he had a 4-inch-long centipede crawling around in his ear. He realized it was there after feeling intense pain in his ear. The bug being inside his ear caused him to have headaches and ear pain, which caused him to go to the doctor, who told him that the bug had caused some hearing damage and some abrasions on his eardrum, but he is expected to make a full recovery. Number 2. Next up, she had an enormous hairball in her stomach caused by eating her own hair and the hair of her beloved dolls. It is an obsession that she has had since she was very young, and after a while the hair started to harden up in her stomach, creating a painful block that needed to be surgically removed. Number 3. Then there is 17-year-old Emily James, who has joints that dislocate every single day. Even her jaw has to be wired shut because it pops out all of the time. She sleeps in special braces, and her doctors are considering forcing her to wear a full body cast. It is very dangerous for her to be up and about, but doctors try to make it as easy for her as possible. It's very hard for her to sleep because all of her joints painfully pop out as she sleeps during the night, which is why she might need to wear the full body cast. Number 4. Then there is the 19-year-old woman who is still the same size as a 2-year-old girl. Garija has a disorder that caused her body to stop growing when she was very young. She is an artist who works for a living, but life can be difficult when you are only 27 pounds and your head is too heavy for you to sit upright. She tries to be as independent as she can possibly be, but this is hard for her as she needs to depend on the people around her to help her do everyday tasks. Her art is what really allows her to feel free. Number 5. 2 teens, Raymond and Ruben, find themselves in prison for assaulting an 87-year-old woman. They broke into her house in the middle of the night and violently beat her. This horrific behavior is what landed them in a juvenile facility for breaking and entering and assault, and will be moved to a regular prison when they are old enough. They will probably never get out of prison. Number 6. One young woman refuses to have breast implants even though her mother and 4 sisters have them. 14-year-old Brittany Marshall doesn't feel the need to follow in the family tradition of having over $50,000 of breast implants inserted into their body. Her mother and all of her sisters have had huge breast implants put in, but she does not want to do this. She feels that her body is beautiful just the way that it is, and that she does not need plastic surgery to feel good about herself or part of her family. Number 7. Detine, with the nickname Rubber Boy, can turn his head 180 degrees. He says that he feels no pain when doing this and can move his arms and back in strange positions as well. He has always been known for being able to contort himself into many different strange-looking positions, and often likes to freak people out by doing it. Because he feels no pain in contorting his body, he's not uncomfortable doing it for people. Number 8. 18-year-old woman Julia Vinn is striving to be the strongest woman in the world and is trying to be a bodybuilder. Bodybuilding gave her hope through her life, and she holds 3 world records in powerlifting. Bodybuilding has given her purpose in her life and gives her solid goals. It is what she works for daily, and it is something that she wants to inspire other young girls to get into, because often bodybuilding is a man-dominated sport. Number 9. Lucy and Maria are biracial twins. This means that they have different skin colors and eye colors because of their interracial parents. One of them is very pale with red hair and light eyes, while the other has darker skin and curly brown hair and dark eyes. They love being together and being siblings, but their physical differences are because of their interracial parents. They are a very rare set. Number 10. Speaking of rare twins, two boys are connected at the hip. These convened twins live in a shared body, and they have found through science that these boys each have their own vital organs and that they could be separated, but the twins do not want to be. They have learned to live their lives connected to each other, and they and their father think that it would do more harm than good to separate them. They feel that because they have been happy thus far, there is no need to fix something that isn't broken. Number 11. One young woman has a left leg that is twice the size of her right leg. Isabella won't let this condition hold her back and even poses for modeling photos. She uses this as an opportunity to show how anyone can have confidence in their body. Her much larger leg can make it a little bit hard to walk, but it does not slow her down too much. Number 12. A 15-year-old boy has gotten his 13-year-old sister pregnant. After going to court, the baby is healthy and will be put up for adoption. It was unclear whether or not this was an ongoing relationship, but the court case was very lengthy, trying to figure out this tricky situation. Number 13. The next young girl on our list seems to be bleeding from the head, hands, and feet. The only problem is that her mother seems to be the only one around when the bleeding happens, and doctors can't seem to figure out where the bleeding is coming from. This appears to be an elaborate hoax. Number 14. Then there is the 12-year-old boy named Mahendra, whose neck is bent at a painful angle and his head just hangs loosely. He is severely crippled and can hardly hold himself up. Because his head hangs at a 180-degree angle, his outlook is grim, but doctors are trying to give him a better quality of life. Number 15. Cassidy Hooper was born without any nose or eyes. After over 12 surgeries, she will be getting a new nose made out of one of her ribs. She is a very happy young girl who's very excited to finally have a nose with a beautiful bridge made from the last one of her ribs. Subscribe for more.